Good morning, my loves. Welcome in today. I hope you had a good sleep. Grab your coffee. Today we have difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. And the first song that I had on my playlist today was Hidden Path. So I think there's something today about the path we're on, or a different path we're taking, or something about our current path. So I'm excited to dig into this today. There's something very tender about this energy today, and so I believe we're going to be doing some pretty deep shadow work, pretty deep healing energies. If you guys watched my video that talked about our root chakra healing, this card came out, and it was that anxiety monster. It was the anxiety monster one, but releasing an old friend. But this was under my couch this morning. My decks were put away. This was under my couch. So I want to give you guys a minute with your intuition to go ahead and do our little game and look, see what you feel. Write down in the comments. Any of my oracle cards that come out, I want you guys to use your own intuition on that and add to the reading in the comments for me. It'll help other people. As well as your intuition. It's like a fun little game we do here. But there's already a very tender energy, a very sensitive energy. And so today I'm going to be very careful about the words I choose. I want to let you guys know before every reading, I always set the tone and do a prayer and a cleanse. And I ask that my words are always truthful, and that I'm able to help heal the collective and get the messages through concisely and what spirit wants to say, not necessarily what I want to say, which tends to coincide though, so it's not difficult. But I want to let you guys know that I feel like you guys are the type of collective that like to know those types of things and like to know how you're being taken care of, and so I want to be as see-through as possible with that. Especially with the sensitive energy that's coming up. This is going to be a message that's probably very hard for this collective to receive, or difficult, or hit some very deep, dark parts of our heart. So I want to let you know right at the beginning that I'm taking that into account. But it's a very it's beautiful though, because we're working on healing our inner child, and this collective has already done a ton of work on healing their inner child and doing shadow work. But there are some wounds that are so deep down, so rooted, that it takes a little bit longer. There are things that we just might put off. Things that, I'll work on this other thing instead. Some things that have happened that really left a scar on us. And so my job is to help you come in and gently heal those, help you, guide you how to heal your wounds. Gently help you remind your inner child that you are incredibly safe, and this is the time to heal those wounds. And so it's just a little mama push in the right direction, okay? So that's the tone, that's the vibe I'm getting so far. We're going to start diving in. I'm being guided right now to pull another oracle. Okay, so let's see what comes out. And I want to remind you guys, if you don't end up checking out that video I did, it's releasing an old friend that held you back. Feel free to check it out. But if you don't decide to go that direction, this is your anxiety monster that has been keeping you safe since you were a child. But the problem is that is all that anyone sees when you are around. Because you're all the way up here so tiny. They see this big monster. This is all that the world sees. And we're trying to release your inner child so that she or he or they feel like they can stand on their own without this big guy to carry them around, because you are growing and there are some things that we need to kind of let go of. This is a collective that is having, I was guided to wear my lover's necklace today. I kind of got to be careful how I show it because it's nudity, but the angel there with the lovers and the sun. So this is a collective that's been very hurt in love and is probably right now being guided into union. I wouldn't be surprised. But we're going to start digging into those wounds that are preventing us from moving into union. Spirit, what do you have for us? Mama Moon, Mother Earth. What do you have for us today? We're asking our feminine to come in. Okay. Right there. Alright. Yeah, this is a very tender energy, you guys. Beginnings. 111 significant for you. Yeah, when I hold that up, go ahead and do your intuitive thing. Any of the cards, just put the name of the card or the number. If you decide to do that part of the activity, part of the video. I think it'll be really healing, especially this is a collective that may like to really keep in the background and just kind of watch. And I'm asking you to participate because this will help in your evolution. You tend to stay in the back, but this is going to be a very, very specific group of people that are attracted and brought to this content, to my content. And so the people that are here are also on that path of like very unique paths and very, you guys kind of like to be the lone wolf and stand back. So this is the place where we ask you to really show up and kind of join in with us because we want to get to know you. There's a lot of shy people, so I'm gonna have to really push y'all, but that's okay. You're artists, so inside, deep inside, you know that you want to share that, and you are lovers, and so we want to support that here. And that's the type of collective that I'm working on cultivating, and I hope you will join me because I can't do it without you. This goes back to you are hatching an egg, and this is something that you've been working on bringing forth into the world, and this is your destiny. So what the inner child work that you do is going to allow you to bring into the world what you were meant to bring into the world, and you will be receiving justice, you will be receiving your destiny. And you'll be receiving all of basically the reward for all the hard work you've been doing. And this goes into ancestral work. Why you were chosen for your lineage, why you've been through the things that you've been through, is because your lineage needed help. Your line needed help. And so you were the person, you were the soul that they decided that was going to be able to handle this, and you need to know who you are so that you can continue this path, because this isn't a typical path. This is a path of somebody who has sacrificed a lot in all of their lifetimes. This is the path of somebody who's, I got confirmation, this is a path of old souls. This is a path of souls who've been healers in previous lives, witches in previous lives. This is a path, a very, very, very healing collective, that you are a leader. And so I know it's really hard to step into that role, and you don't have to worry about stepping into a leadership role so much as you need to worry about healing the things that have happened to you in your childhood. That is the literal key to unlock your red string of destiny. To unlock this egg, to allow this egg to hatch in the proper environment. And you will do this. You will succeed. No ifs, ands, or buts. But this is the next card that was right here on top of my deck. I'm not even going to say anything about this one. I'm just going to let you guys write in the comments how you feel about this card. And I'm going to let you guys, you know, chat with each other, between each other. And I'm going to obviously respond to comments, but with what we're talking about here, use your intuition for that one. I can't wait to see what you guys say, by the way. Remember the bones. And this is, I'm feeling different with this one than how I normally feel. I'm getting a different intuitive nudge. Typically I would say this is helping hands, but what I'm really feeling here is just because you're letting go of what you've been through, just because you're letting go of your anxiety monster, just because he carried you through, it doesn't mean you're losing a part of you. You can remember what you've been through. You can remember the sacrifices you made and the pain you've been through. You don't have to completely lose the parts of you that built you who you are today. But letting go is more of a thank you, in my opinion. It's more of a release of the burdens that we carry of that pain. And sometimes we'll feel it again, but how quickly can you release and transmute that? Because at the end of the day, gratitude will carry you through almost any emotion. And feeling is our superpower. One of the reasons that we even want to be humans and come into this soul body is because we can experience emotion at such depths because of the type of duality we experience here on Earth. The type of friction and limitation we have is just right for this fertile environment. We have it's Earth. It's Earth. It's fertile soil for growth. But we have to have friction to get stronger and be stronger and to continue our evolution as for our lineage, but also for our soul. Okay? Spirit, anything from our tarot deck? Four of Swords, Snow Fungus. And I had a feeling that some snow stuff was gonna come up today. This morning I found a letter. See the snow? This morning I found a letter, a Christmas letter, that said, love is a gift. And this Christmas, let God, I hope you feel God's love, or let God's love in, or something like that. Something to that effect. But basically the message I got from that was, this year you guys have really worked hard, and this is really hard for me to receive this message myself. This year you guys have worked really hard on healing wounds, and this collective may have a very difficult time. See, and I'm itching my throat chakra. It's just so hard to say this. Ooh, you guys, the energy in a second. This collective may have had a difficult time during the holidays, especially through childhood, but that cycle has always kind of been on and off, where you don't necessarily expect beautiful things around the holidays. It just doesn't hit you the same. And when we speak on restoring innocence, this is that pain that happened to your inner child. This is something that has affected your inner child greatly. And the holidays are such a magical time for children. So if you've had experience with holidays being very difficult, if holidays are a really sensitive time, I will say this, but it's really hard for me to say it. I'm being guided to say this. Spirit wants me to let you guys know. God wants me to let y'all know that you are being gifted a gift this Christmas of love. And you don't have to celebrate Christmas. Whatever holiday around the winter time that brings you family and togetherness, that whole, this is really hard for me. That whole vibe of being together and giving and being around the people you love. And that might be something that this collective's been really hurt during the holidays. But you guys, this is making me want to cry. You guys have been through so much. But I'm being guided to let you know that this year is different because you are in your new beginning now. You are in your new beginning where we are letting our inner child drive. And our inner child is letting us know that they deserve the same holiday magic that everybody else gets. They deserve the same family and togetherness and love atmosphere that they've always craved and wanted. And Spirit is asking you to please look for the positive things this year. This is not the year where we're allowing ourselves to expect the same thing as we always have because it's a new beginning. We can't expect the same things. Watch my previous videos. All of them are for this collective. But well, by the time it starts snowing, you will start seeing this love coming in. And it will trigger these 4 swords. But you have transformed. Do you see that little dragonfly right there? You have transformed. And you are not the same. You have done a huge transformation. Not only with maybe even physically, but your energy and your heart has changed. And this is something that you have been guided through your entire life. And specifically, your healing may have started in 2016, 2017, a big shift that happened in your life. So think about that time in your life. And just know that this holiday is going to be different. It's up to you though, your perspective. Remember what we've talked about with that 8 of Swords that likes to come up, that the stinkhorn fungus, that it's all about your perspective and how you view things. And so your inner child is kind of saying, hey, like, this year I want it to be different though, and you're so protective. It's almost like that overprotective dad that comes in and goes like, no, you can't, you're not old enough and you're gonna get hurt. He needs to like sit the fuck down and chill the fuck out, because your inner child is ready and really wants to do this healing and allow these abundant things to come in, but we're resisting that a little bit too much. And this is something that's coming up this winter season, whatever time that you're seeing this. So really be receptive to the people in your life, the love in your life, the gifts in your life, and take some time to be really grateful for the things that you do have now. When we sit in gratitude, when we tell ourselves how much we have, the universe responds to that, and God responds to that, and tells us, God responds to that and gives us more of that, because we're being so grateful, because we're sitting in a high vibration when we're in gratitude, and that magnetizes to us our abundance. I'm being really careful about the things I say. That's why this reading is a bit choppy, because I can just feel how sensitive this is. Confirmation. And also there's might be somebody on the other side for this collective, a masculine figure that is very protective over you, that is consistently sending you signs that you are being protected by them. Look out for those signs. You might be getting taps on your body, specifically on your right side. Sunflowers, cardinals. Anything else? A lock with no key, specifically the lock. Jack and Sally, specifically the Jack. The song, what popped into my head was, we can live like Jack and Sally if we want, but you will always find me. We'll have Halloween on Christmas. There's a message in that song for you guys, specifically regarding a masculine in your energy, or a message from your masculine, yourself, your masculine side. Wish this never ends. And it's like kind of a foreshadowing for this holiday season, I swear. It's really hard for me to put this message out because it's hard for me to believe in that, because I have personally had a very hard time with the holidays. So that is I know that my collective is feeling that as well. You're not alone in that. And I always want to be as see-through as possible with... It's just hard for me to be vulnerable, you guys, but I'm learning to do it, and I'm showing you that it's possible. So let's keep going. Anything else that wants to come forward? There's our King of Wands again. And this is the masculine I was talking about. Right under it is the Ace of Cups and the Magician. Oh, and Strength wanted to pop out too. This was reverse, this was reverse, and this was reverse. So let's see what that's about. A lot wanted to come out. It's because we were talking about this masculine. Okay. See, and the sunflowers came out again, and I was talking about that masculine energy. Salamanders. They want to lift you up. They want you to put your fucking crown on and let the fairies take you away. Like, literally magic. Literally magic. Because you have so much of it. They want you to know how they see you. They see you as so magical and beautiful. They see you as a wellspring of youth and happiness and love. Look, here's the fairies. You're surrounded by fairies. You are like the fairy queen kind of energy, the fairy princess, the fairy prince. This is a very innocent and sweet look. Being held. This collective is very loved on and very loved and adored. And not just by a masculine energy, but the universe loves you. God loves you so much. You are very special. But when you don't believe in this magic and in this transformation, that those things are possible, it makes it really hard for the divine to give you what they're trying to give you. And so your perspective is really important when it comes to this. Your perspective matters so much. You sitting in that energy of knowing who you are, you guys know who you are. You felt that. You know exactly who you are. When you are very confident, when you are very BDE, big dick energy, you know how that feels, and you also know how to be tender and strong at the same time. And I know this is hard. Specifically being soft and strong at the same time is hard and has been hard, but you know how to do it. You are an infinite being. This is not your first lifetime. This is not your first time going through these heavy types of emotions. You are here to master. And you have started to master your emotions, and you have started to clear your wounds. You have cleared so much of your ancestral lineage. You've done even more than you can imagine. Even more than you can imagine. And your spirit team is so grateful. Your ancestors are so grateful for how hard you work. And it's your inner child just saying, like, you got this. You really do. You really do. Can I play now? Can we please just drop and let go? And I know that's hard. But you are safe to fall. There's a song called Beautiful Stranger by Halsey. Beautiful stranger, here you are in my arms. I think it's finally safe for me to fall. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. That's the message coming through. Feel free to check that song out. It's really great. But you don't know who you are without this pain. And your inner child is wanting to learn who they are. And wanting you to fall into them. This isn't even, you have to take a leap of love, right? You are taking leap of love. Like, you've probably heard that in your reality a lot. From other readers. You know you have to take a leap of faith and love. It has nothing to do with external sources, baby. You're seeing that wrong. This has everything to do with you and your inner child asking you to trust and love them. That is so deep, you guys. That is so deep, you guys. What does my collective's inner child have to add to this? We'll give them Harry Potter. See if they have anything they want to say. Why not? Lead by example, right? I hear giggling. I see princess dresses, dress-ups. Eating crayons. No judgment. Judgment-free zone. Soft pillows. Take some time to do the things that your inner child would have wanted to do when they were young and didn't feel safe to do. Take time to be in that space where you get to kind of let go of the world. Kind of let go of everything and just be. And you don't have to be a grown-up. Being grown-up sucks. Like, just let yourself be a kid for a while. Color. Watch shows that remind you of your childhood in a good way. Those comfort shows. This would be a great therapy for you. To help you. I am not a therapist. Sorry. Gotta watch my wording on that. This would be a great way for you to help heal the inner child. Anything else, Spirit? And you coming in to nurture your inner child is going to bring... we're still working through that pain. Okay, wait. Hold the fuck up. What is this? Alright. That's concerning. These came out in the reverse. Tower and the Three of Swords. This came out in the reverse. Two of Pentacles. When you are balancing your inner child and your adult life, you get to pull out a sword every time. And there might be like 3 major wounds from your childhood that you have to work through. But you're not stuck. And also, I do need to say for this collective, the towers that you go through, this is not a bad thing. This happens for you so that you have, what either happens is your tower stays strong or it crumbles. And so what comes through is this, like, let's say you built your tower, what you work on between towers, right? You have no choice. You have to go through towers. Everybody does. It's not, no ifs, ands, or buts. But what happens is you work on building your tower and having that stable foundation we've been talking about. And balancing that, by the way, is going to require your maternal instincts. And you know how to do that and you're good at that. So just parent yourself. Parent yourself through this. In the most loving way you can possibly conceive of. You deserve it. The most gentle parenting. And that's what your inner child needs to feel like they can start driving the bus. But what was I saying, Spirit? These towers happen to everybody. And so when we build our foundation, what happens is we get things that want to come down, and these are these wounds. Old wounds come up in different ways. The universe is going to be creative with this collective because you are creative. And magic is real, and you know it's real, so it happens in different ways. And so what happens is, and look, we even have that like stick pointing in there, like that wound comes in to test if your tower is going to stand. And if it doesn't, it crumbles, and that's when your life gets uprooted. So it's not necessarily, the tower is not the crumbling. The crumbling happens so you can build your tower better. When your tower is upright and it's sturdy and impenetrable, basically, your tower stands. And that way, when the next storm comes through, you're still up. And the way through this storm for this collective is to balance your foundations, your primary foundations, and to balance through how you parent yourself. Everybody needs parenting. Nobody has a perfect parent. Nobody has had a perfect parent. Everybody needs to be their own parent. It doesn't matter if you have kids or not. Everybody has an inner child, and everybody needs to parent themselves. So, and this is what helps you grow up. This is what helps you become the adult. And the nice thing is that you never have to actually truly grow up, because your inner child doesn't want to grow up. You can kind of Peter Pan it, and you get both. You get to have both because you're magical. But you get to be the child and the grown-up. You get to be, living in a reality and magical at the same time. So keep that in mind when you're going through hard things. It's not that you are being punished. We're not being punished. The only time you're being punished is if you ask for it, or if that's your perspective. And this collective might ask for it. You might ask for it. You might be into that. And that's fine. It's all about the vibration you prefer and what you're trying to cultivate for yourself. However creatively that you need to get to where you're trying to go is absolutely acceptable. The only thing you need to do is make sure you're not impacting other people's free will and you're not hurting yourself or others. Otherwise, go nuts. That's just the basic 2 things of the golden rule, babe. Like, you know what to do. I don't even need to explain this to this collective. Any other oracles that want to come out before I close this channel? And this is some words of the wise from Mama Earth and Mama Moon. She's really trying to get you guys to let yourself free. Be free, my little seedlings, is what I'm hearing. Fly free. Get your muddy feet going. Lay in the grass and let the bugs crawl in your hair. Jump in the pond. Smell the fresh summer air. Allow anger. 41. This, and it's back to that root. Okay. So my collective likes to think that being angry is a bad thing. And I want you guys to know that anger is a tool, and depending how you use the tool, lets you know who you are. Anger is not bad. Okay, and I know people have used that tool to hurt you. But it does not mean you need to be repressing and suppressing your anger. It's like if you have a hammer, are you going to use it to nail what you need to nail or pull out the nail? Or are you going to use it to bash somebody's skull in? How do you use your anger? Mama says you are allowed to feel absolutely every single emotion that exists in your body. And your inner child needs help getting some of those stuck feelings out. So if you're feeling stuck in anger, allow it, sit with it, just feel it, don't judge it. You don't have to do anything with it. You can just hold the hammer in your hand and feel the hammer. And let the hammer be whatever it wants to be, and then what happens? You have a hammer. You have a hammer if you need it, whether or not you need to nail something or not. And you can set it down or pick it up anytime. You can put it away, but you're not going to pretend that hammer doesn't exist, because if we pretend the hammer doesn't exist is when bad things happen. You are allowed to feel how you feel. Any last goodbyes? And guys, yeah, I'm proud of you for getting so far. I know this message isn't easy to hear. And you guys deserve to know how well you're doing. You deserve to know that you have come so far, and that the universe is proud of you, or else I wouldn't be here talking to you. You are so loved and supported, my love. I love you. God loves you. Goddess loves you. The universe loves you. Your spirit team really loves you. Your ancestors are so proud of you. Let that pride and love sink in. Allow yourself, open your heart to feel it. And guys, literally just take your fingers and just pry your heart open gently. Do deep breaths. Allow it to shower over you. Okay? You deserve to feel that good. And you deserve to create good, bad, shitty, amazing things. Whatever you want to create, it all deserves to come out. Okay? I love you so much. Keep going, and I'll see you next time.